Alrighty, everyone, we are back again in Orzammar. We've just watched them do very well on the council. Ooh, we got a boy to talk to. The steward. Let's see if he's got anything new for us to say.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the assembly of the clans. Only dashers and occasional guests of state are allowed in.
Oh, you don't recognize the Grey Warden?
Forgive me. I am so exhausted. I completely forgot about the message from the gate guard. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
Well, there is a blight coming.
Troubling, but it will still seem distant compared to the empty throne. The assembly is blind to all else.
So who has the authority to aid me?
Dulin Verender, Harriman's man, can be found at the Harriman estate. Vartag Gavorn, Prince Balin's second, is often here in the assembly. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
Alright, so I did get distracted, but we are back in Orzammar. Trying to find aid for the Warden, but just like everywhere else, there's goddamn issues. I think that's the best way to put it. And we need to find someone who could help us. And one of the two men here, Varteg, second to Prince Balin, one of the sons of Haramount, the last king.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
Well, I need aid against a blight.
Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now, the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
Oh, what a hell of a fucking coincidence. Well, is there any way I could help?
My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Haramond for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests.
And I thought I heard King Edrin himself supported Haramond. That's what his name was, Edrin.
That hurts worst of all. That Haramond would take advantage of the dying king's delirium to plant such poisonous suspicions against his own son. After that, you understand why Balin cannot trust the word of a stranger, however reputable that stranger might be.
Now that's fair. Well, what can I do to prove my good intentions?
Haramond has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Haramond's deception...
Irrefutable evidence, which I suppose you have?
I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
And what kind of evidence is this?
Haramond promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Haramond can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Haramond gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Where did you get these notes?
That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
Well, then I'll have to think about this.
Don't expect this offer to last. If my prince hears you swore allegiance to his enemy, he won't be so friendly next time. I will be here if you change your mind.
Very threatening. Absolutely, Prince's favor, the first task. Yep. If I decide to help Prince Balin, I just inform him and we start there. So... Luckily, we're missing like a bunch of context because we're not a fucking dwarf. Dwarf noble's a big one. Ooh, there is someone. Dulin. There we are. Our other boy we need to talk to.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Verender.
Second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
Oh, he already sounds nicer. And I do have a treaty obliging Orzammar to aid against a blight.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
And what do you want me to do? Denounce Balin publicly?
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
Do you want me to find out why your fighters dropped out?
That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the ancestors would favor your arm. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
I really do not want to start picking sides.
Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
That's good. We got both of them saying this shit. That's the Shaperit. Yep. Actually, there's another quest, it seems like. No, that's the same quest. He wants you to do something else. Oh, probably wants you to inform him about the blackmail attempt. I did want to see if we can find something in the Orzammar one, in the palace. There's the guards. Yep. Right, it's not this way. I went this way last time. It's not over there. It has to be that way. I don't remember Orzammar well enough. That's locked. Is it not in the palace? I thought it was. It might be. I'm glad to see the loading screen's working better now and not freaking out like last time. Sorry for the backtracking. Okay, he's gone now. Good. Let's go back in here. So basically, you got to make a choice between these two. The choice is annoying because there's no real good answer. There's not like a good guy and a bad guy you can really go with. Both have fucking pros and cons, and both have, well, different responses depending on how you choose. This, Varteg.
I hope you're not wasting my... If you want Balin to support you in your surface war, you'll have to help him take the throne.
Oh. His second wants me to champion the Harman and the Proven.
If you do, there can be no further business
Good
between
to know
us.
that.
Now, do you wish my prince's support, or will you risk everything to aid the usurper?
Yeah. Sure. We'll
I have
do
the
whatever it
promissory notes
takes.
right here. Just take them to Lady Dace and Lord Helmy, and show them Harrowmont is not as honest as he claims. Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at tapsters in the Commons. And just to be clear, all deals are off if you fight that proving for Harrowmont.
There we go. Now, there is one thing I actually haven't done, and I'm going to test it out. Yeah, test it out live. That's always a smart thing, because we do have the Shaperit here.
As you say.
I wonder. There's a few things at the Shaperate.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories?
Oh, someone stole from the memories?
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaperate. What have we been reduced to?
What, did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dusttown. They couldn't know the value.
Alright, thief in the House of Learning. Orta.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
Oh? Well, that sounds important. Nah. What kind of research are you doing?
I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
Well, I'm a Grey Warden. I'm not afraid of the deep roads.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Lost the memories. And of course our boy here, the Shaper.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
Well, how do you know who I am? Well, that's obvious. I'm a fucking elf. No, what's the Shaper of Memories?
The Shaperate guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyrium all of the records of Dwarven history. The memories record all. They are how we know to which family a child owes life, how we trace lost Tigs. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad.
Could you look into these promissory papers for me?
These are Harrowmont lands promised here. But these are not the deals we approved at the Shaperate. Where did you get these?
Vortog Gavron gave them to me.
Had he scripted these counterfeits? This is a serious crime. I will have the Ministry of Lands begin an investigation into the Gavorns immediately.
So the papers are forged?
Not entirely. There were 2 promised deals, but their terms differed significantly from what is presented here. It appears the scripter altered the dates and locations of the agreements to make them identical.
Well, what can you tell me about Prince Balin?
The prince consulted me before his father died. He wanted to know about King Bimo, the last king to rule during a blight. I told him Bimo made many changes during his rule. The assembly was even disbanded for a 2-year period. Bimo declared that, in times of war, the warrior caste answered directly to the king, and all voting was suspended. Balin seemed quite interested.
What do you know about Vartik Gavon?
The Gavorn family is a
Gavorn.
minor one, founded when a daughter of the Ferender house married down to a warrior caste man. Her brother died, leaving her family heirless. So the assembly granted him a new family name and allowed him to adopt his daughter's children as heirs. Varteg Gavorn is on record asking the assembly to bar Harrowmont from King Endrin's sick room. He is a vocal supporter of Prince Balin.
Thank you. I need to have words with someone.
You are an outsider, Warden, but not outside the law. I hope you will not do anything to challenge the stability of Orzammar.
So, the letters are forged, and we kind of see a bit into who Balin is. Or at least his second. Willing to make a false deal, secure votes. That's politics for you.
Ah, you return, Warden. Is there more you would know from Orzamar's memories?
Yes, I would like permission to open a chantry here.
That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city.
Well, to be honest, I come on behalf of Brother Buckaroo.
I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition?
Honestly, there's two options, but honestly, what harm would it do to let him preach?
He seems a charitable man, but that is a thin thread on which to tie Orzamar's traditions. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more?
Nope. Thank you for your
I
time.
will record this conversation in the memories. I hope I do not come to regret it.
Yep. So basically what ends up happening is, between the two kings, we have a fight between tradition and reform. As well as one with who's willing to do anything, even if it might be illegal, to get the job done. One might consider him a tyrant, but
Well, have you found Lady Dace and Lord Helmy?
well, I talked to the Shaper of Memories, and these papers are forged.
Forged? Well, naturally they're forged. There is no legal way for Harriman to sell the same land twice over, is there?
Tell me where you really got these.
You want to know how the game is played? I wrote the papers and left a sizable fee with the registry office to back them. But if you think figuring it out gets you off the line, you don't understand how this works. I'm asking for a show of loyalty, so exactly how much truth is involved shouldn't matter in the slightest. Now, where does your allegiance lie, Warden?
Oh. This is actually really tough. But who do I think would be a stronger ally? I'll still serve Balin.
Good. Now prove it, and don't come back again until you do.
So, I'll explain a bit about them afterwards. I don't want to spoil the story about whether the benefits of each one are. And I do have a lot of trouble siding with Balin.
Legion of the Dead Warriors secretly wear Prince Balin's colors. Our prince has Orzamar's deadliest warriors behind him.
Mainly because they are, annoying.
What do you want? Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about.
Well, yes, I am Karos.
It's fascinating the surface has an entire order dedicated to fighting Darkspawn. Down here, that's just what fighting means. But I'm sure it's more difficult on the surface. It must be much harder to find them.
Well, are you Lady Dace?
I am. And what business would you have with me?
Well, you might want to take a look at these papers.
Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it.
Well, very well. Well, where is he? I'll bring these to him.
He is leading a deep roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient Tig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt.
Alright, well, how would I know where to find your father?
He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Does that mean you'll go?
Yes, I'll leave right now.
So Balin's victory means enough for you to risk your life. How interesting.
To be honest, it's more the fact...
News of the hour. Lord Balin promises radical changes that will offend the ancient paragons. Have our traditions no value?
That's part of it. Balin is very willing to skirt tradition.
2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Bronca didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha!
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman.
What's that about, Mr. Loanir?
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Well, who is Ogren?
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Bronca. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino.
And who's Bronca?
The only paragon in the last 4 generations. Quite an honor for a girl from the Smith caste.
And why did Bronca go into the deep roads?
Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her.
Well, what were you and him arguing about?
It's been 2 years since Bronca left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching.
Well, and why does Ogren care so much about this Bronca?
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him.
She was married to that drunk?
Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith, and Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation.
Well, how did she become a paragon?
She invented a smokeless fuel that let the smith caste increase their output by nearly 1/3. Deaths from the black lung also dropped. The assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Bronca, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name.
Interesting. I should get going.
If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
Just a random noble. Actually looks very similar to Haramont, but yeah, that's the difference. Balin is willing to forsake tradition and offend others. And even do some duplicitous means for the sake of reforms. Reforms that he thinks is best. Haramont, on the other hand, is far more strict when it comes to tradition. Tradition is the most important thing to him. Ooh, there's some thugs.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind.
Who you looking at? I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
Oh, well. Well, might as well go on in, right? See what's about to happen. Oh.
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well, looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Is there a problem here, friend? Are these men threatening you?
Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen.
Come on, Shorty. Take a good look. Do you really think you really want to start this?
Whoa, whoa. All right, you win. I'm not gonna die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
Vigor.
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude.
Well, you can start by letting me take a look around your store.
I'm showing you the lowest prices I can afford, I assure you.
Uh-huh, sure. Vigor, you got anything interesting? No. Oh, you do have some health potions. I do need more of these. These. What I really need are these here. How are my lesser lyriums looking? There's 5 of them. That's fine. That puts me at 3 and 3. Perfect. Let's do. Yeah, I don't really need that too much. Let's do about 20 of these. 7 elf fruit. Win. How much do you need to make those medium potions? Distillation. Let's make a few more. Thank you.
As you say.
Yep. Dwarves have always been an interesting race in fantasy. I've also seen them a lot in you also see them a lot in just traditional fantasy, like things like D&D as well. Where elves tend to be more timeless, humans, the up-and-coming race always making a name for themselves and becoming the most prominent. Dwarves have always held an interesting place, I've always found. Ancient, traditionalist, proud, but dying. An empire that's in the shadows of the time. Unlike elves that have a few holdouts, but their time is past. Dwarves' times, you can see, are kind of like in the twilight. As I said, they're a race that's dying. Always you tend to find, and you can kind of see it here. They're down to just this one city. I think there's 2 taigs in total left on the entire continent.
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper.
He agreed to let you hold the prayer meetings.
Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
Yeah, not going to because I don't actually believe in the religion. But yeah, no, they're interesting in their own right because there's Dagna. Do still have to do her mission, and I will do it before the ending. Once I do what I'm going to do here, the provings. Yeah. Hey, Ordell.
What are you looking at, stranger?
Oh, I met your daughter.
I have no daughter. Could be you met a castless whore claiming she was once mine.
You don't take Zarlina back, she'll die.
What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home.
I never wanted her gone. Just the little cur. Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it?
Could you pretend your child never existed?
I've been trying. It's not as easy as I thought. Look, just tell her... We never meant to hurt her. It just seemed best that... Oh, just tell her to come home. Her mother and I are waiting for her.
There you go. Oh, there's Ogren. Hey, Mr. Helmy.
Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
Oh. That seems like a controversial opinion from all that I've heard.
Very good. I guess someone already told you I was good for nothing, drinking my life away at tapsters. Or did they leave off at greatest shame to ever fall upon the Assembly? I've always liked that one. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the Assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary.
So how does caste system even work? Let's get an explanation on this.
Badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected deshers of the Assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill.
Wow, yeah. Well, I have news. Haramon is double-dealing you and Dace.
Oh, well, I'd ask for proof, or why you care, but frankly, I'm so tired of it I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't even want the land, but my house would kill me if I turned it down. Responsibilities, you know. Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And they'll both have to try something else. And I thought it was going to be a nice day.
To be honest, why vote for Haramont if you don't want the land?
I actually thought he was the better candidate. You must think I'm pretty soddy naive, huh? They're all the same, well-dressed, blood-sucking cave ticks. I'll have to inform Mother that Lord Haramont hasn't bought our vote after all.
Well, there we go. Ogren?
What do you want? Hey, I heard about you. Grey Warden, coming from the surface. Great crisis in the world. Someone saw you talking to Vartag Gavorn, and now it's all over that you've been doing dirty errands for Balin. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka. But I guess you're just like all the rest.
To be honest, my only concern really is raising allies against the Blight.
You don't need a king to face a blight. You need a paragon. The Assembly elects them, but they're higher than the Assembly. They become nobles, but they're more than anyone born to a house. They're what every dwarf with a spine not made of soap dreams of being.
And this Branka is one of them?
City's only living paragon, and she's been lost in the deep roads for 2 years. 2 years, and no one's raised a bleeding army to go look for her. Why do you care, huh? You looking to uncover all her secrets? Is that what Balin wants? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He wants it for himself, right? A little blessing from the ancients' technology, and he's assured the throne. Is that it?
No, genuinely, what are you talking about? What technology?
You are looking for it. Course, that's all anyone cares about. Well, sod off and sod your mother, too. I need a bleeding drink. You keep on your errands, Until your boss really commits to looking, you're getting nothing but smoke out of old Ogren.
Good to know. Sounds like a pleasant man. Yeah. Now, dwarves, as you can tell, tend to be traditionalists in a lot of fantasy settings. I think one of the more interesting things is their care for family. You don't see it too much in here, but in more traditional D&D, like, they live just like this in clans, families. Not necessarily with a caste system, but everything's for the clan, everything's for the family, which can cause blood feuds, can cause issues. What it also does lead to is an interesting dynamic.
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say?
Your father wants you both to come home.
Both of us? I don't believe he said that. I've never heard him refer to my son as anything but trash. He calls him it. But maybe Mother convinced him. Or you did. Oh, my friend. I cannot thank you enough. If this were a story, my son would grow to manhood and pledge himself as a knight in your service. When he grows up, I will send him to you. I promise.
Oh, he can become a Grey Warden, that's fine. But yeah, it's interesting. But before we go into the deep roads, there is technically something we can do. We can still do the provings, just not in Haramont's name. Which is a nice little trick and a good little tick of experience. Which is something that I would like to get. The way we would run it is most likely Alistair, me, tank DPS.
When? Is this yours?
Oh, my bag of components. Thank you, dear. I was wondering where it got to.
You left it by the fire at camp.
Oh, yes, I remember now. How age creeps up on you and brings with it forgetfulness.
You're a great mage, Wen, and you're sharper and wiser than many people I know. Some young ones, too.
Oh, but you should have seen me 15, 20 years ago. The fires have dimmed somewhat since then. But thank you, Liliana, for picking up after this old lady.
Oh.
They don't kill each other in the arena, do they?
Fair.
I mean...
Watch for Piotr Naidukin. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record.
I guess you watched a lot of provings then, Mr. Varric.
Front row seats at every grand proving since my father took me on his shoulders. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Rooston Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean.
So, what are the rules?
They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets.
That's nice. If you'll excuse me.
I'm telling you, Piotr will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
Good to know.
Good day, stranger. Welcome to the proving arena. We're still closed until the fighters make their preparations, but come back this afternoon if you want to watch the show.
And what's a proving?
Oh, I forget you surfacers do things so differently. The provings are where the best fighters in Orzammar prove their worth and the worth of their houses. Provings can also settle matters of honor. Whoever wins receives Valos Atreidum, the ancestors' blessing. Whoever loses is deemed unworthy. All judgments in the ring are final.
There are any provings happening today?
Prince Balin called a citywide proving this afternoon to honor King Endrin's memory. All the best fighters in Orzammar will face each other in sight of the ancestors and win honor for their champions.
That sounds like fun. I'll come back then.
Enjoy our grand city.
Aw, it's not gonna let me. That's right. Right, it's a dumb, crazy way to do it. Oh, there's this guy.
If you're looking for seats, speak with a guardsman.
Damn. I wish they would let me. But, you have to... it's a pain. Do I want to go through the pain to do it? I'll think on it. I'll go to the deep roads. I'll think on that. Don't think I will.
Did you speak often with Kalen?
You're asking me if I have a relationship with my brother, aren't you?
Yes. I wonder what he thought of you.
I don't think he cared much about my existence. I didn't mean anything to him. Anyway, to answer your original question, no. We never spoke. Well...
Does that lead out to the deep roads? I hear they're crawling with Darkspawn.
I cut the conversation off. Whatever.
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Well, I'm looking for Lord Dace's patrol.
I see you have his daughter's seal, so I will not stop you. But be careful. Just because the beasts have pulled back from Orzammar doesn't mean there are any fewer in the deep roads. Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
To be honest, they have made their move on the surface.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except
during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
Well, what do you know about Paragon Branca?
What anyone knows. She went out there with her entire house and she's never coming back.
You don't think maybe she's still there, Commander? She is a paragon, after all.
And now she's an ancestor. No one lasts 2 years in the tunnels.
Alright, well, I should go.
Best of luck.
Yep, that's an interesting one. I will say, another interesting thing is if you do play the Dwarf Noble, you are Balin's older brother and the second son of the Idukins. So, the Idukins have 3 sons. The eldest, the middle child, and Balin, the youngest. Let's just say there's a reason he is... There are reasons that he's the heir now. Okay, that's sealed. Good to know. And to be honest, the commoner one, you'd work for the Carta because you are castless. That journey is actually very interesting, to be perfectly honest. I actually like it a little bit more. And it shows one of the better sides of Balin, while the Noble shows one of the worst sides of Balin, so... If you ever do get the game, I do recommend even just playing the origin stories, not even playing it fully through, but just jumping into those origin stories.
It shall be done.
Be careful!
Nice, he stopped it.
Here comes trouble! You should run while you can.
I shall do it.
I suppose violence is useful.
When you need some... You need to get a lesser lyrium in you.
Push that back! Make a preserver! Let's make this quick! Make a preservers! Enough!
Good job, everyone.
As you say.
Yep, boys with magic are back. We got the emissaries.
Something on your mind?
Nope. Wanted to click the loot. Which is actually one of the reasons that you want to go for Hermon, is you don't have to fight wizards for a longer amount of time. Despite everything, dwarves tend to be weaker for that reason. Ooh, nice, a greater lyrium. Less annoying, though, they do have far more fucking rogues. Looking at you, goddamn Carta. Ooh, level up. Let me get... Mainly because I don't like that at 4. No, but I can't afford to. I need to deal with 3 here. Summon spider. Or I got summon spider, or do I want... I do want master spider. And I need to summon the spider. Let's summon him. Now that we got him, let's summon our spider. That is creepy and loud. I might not use that in the future.
I tried to be merciful.
It is begun.
Let's grab some glory.
As you say.
Continue typing out the ads. These guys got the center. Got him stopped.
You should run while you can.
Just be wary.
Okay, good, you took him out. Let's go for this.
Very well.
Keep going, keep going. We gotta help fucking Liliana.
Alright, battle it is then. You forced our hand.
This plot takes forever.
It shall be done.
Okay, that spider's actually really good.
Excellent.
Hero of Filth. Thank you. Do some nature damage. Or lyrium potions.
Very well.
Ooh, another chest. The black runestone, that is for Alistair. Ooh, damn.
As you say.
I must maintain.
Right ahead. Defend yourself.
That's it. Let's grab some glory.
This is annoying.
Very well.
What you got?
Oh no, you don't.
Oh, it's those boys. Deep Stalkers. Well, before I continue
Shall
down,
be done.
I wanted to go back. Because I don't want to go too far into the deep roads right now. So clearing this area would be nice. There was some more loot I had to grab. Yep. Thank you.
It shall be done.
Thank you.
I shall do it.
There's lightning. You get a lot of fun stuff. Jim was here. Yep. Bloody sack. You know what? Sure.
It is begun.
Got a codex for Asunder. What's that? The ritual is very specific, as such things probably should be. The torso, head, and limbs spread amongst the deep roads to prevent the creature from returning. It looks like they died during the cutting, but we can fulfill the last part in their stead. I'm not familiar with elven ritual. Why would I be? But it seems straightforward. Never even saw the thing. Bet a sword would take care of it. Sod it, and this bag of legs. Oh, there you go. That's a bit more into that quest we gotta do. To face the beast. What's this? Oh, we took him out. That was a pretty simple foe. Ooh, there's more of them.
As you say.
I'm sure only a few.
Go down.
I shall do it.
It always comes to this, doesn't it?
Very well.
Benefits of having an extra combatant, because they like to overwhelm people with the deep stalkers, but we got people on our side for that. Ooh. Fractured stone. More fire crystals, nice. Alright, what do we got here? A big fight, and the beginnings of a tide. Yep, our boys are under attack, we gotta help them.
Very well.
Watch out!
Send this. If I
Well, we crushed them.
Careful. I don't think that's the last of them.
This.
Careful.
Oh, yep. There comes more.
I think
Pop.
that's the last of them.
going to the
Battle it is then! Go!
That's what I meant by numbers.
Careful. I don't think that's the last of them.
Still more?
I shall do it.
Nice silver bowl. Alright. Am I clear to talk to you now?
You
There we
pulled
go.
us from a tight spot, friend. You have my gratitude. I am Lord Anwar Dace. So how does an elf come to be down here anyway?
Well, you should have a look at these papers.
I don't understand. What could... These are the terms of a deal we made with Lord Harrowmont, but... The charlatan. He's promised the exact same land to Helmy. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I owe you twice now. My life and my house's fortune.
Well, perhaps you will tell your daughter not to vote for Harrowmont.
We will certainly not support a man who would use my family like that. I will tell everyone I know what a wretched trick Harrowmont tried to play. I must return now. My men need healing, and I want to look into this. Do you wish to travel with us?
No, I wish to explore further.
Be careful, then. There are more dangerous things than deep stalkers down here.
Yep, I know. I fought a bunch of Darkspawn already. I'm a Grey Warden. It's fine. Why did I do that? Because there's still more to explore. Before the end. Nice, got some ice arrows now as well. Just in case things get dangerous, I can use those arrows. That steel mace.
As you say.
Damn you! I never liked this part.
I think after we clear this out...
Oh, lovely.
Very well.
Defend yourself!
As you say.
There he is.
Very well.
Yeah, he didn't last. Yeah. One of the reasons you want to keep exploring, by the way, and not take his offer, so you can keep getting this loot. Even if you don't use it, it's nice to get. Oh, actually, speaking of loot, I should be able to use. Yes. I tend to use this bow for a fucking while. Liliana. Right, you still technically have a penalty to cunning, Alistair. Switch the bow. Take this. So to be honest, you're going to be using a sword. More dead boys, more dead, more dead.
That's a lot of blood.
There we go.
It shall be done.
Let's make this quick. Watch out!
Most
God,
excellent.
that giant spider still throws me off. I really want to just shoot him. The giant spider is a nice thing to use now that we're in the caves. Though that skittering is going to throw me off. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, there's still more to explore cave-wise. Not too much more, though, luckily. This cave is almost through.
Let us end this.
Very well.
Enough!
Let's grab some glory!
It is done.
It is a fine thing we've done.
Lots of enemies down there. Some more down there. Let's go middle path first. See what we got here. Oh yes, we got this one. There's going to be a lot of boys in here. Yep. Break through the frontliners. There's an emissary. But you hit this.
It's a trap! Damn you!
Shall be done.
Damn bad.
Do something. Very well.
Alright, I fucked up. Alistair, you need this, and Wynn, technically, you'll need this as well. Alistair, I just told you to take the potion, and he did. Okay. And Wynn, you need to take a lesser healing.
As you say.
For the fool's lay!
Oh, I'm actually... Yep, we need to drop out of here.
It is begun. Shall be done.
Close one. Ooh, that went 3 down.
Oh, look! Yay! Breezes from a pretty pattern.
Okay, Liliana. Alright, what's that? Penalty to damage? Yeah. Oh, penalty to health. Yeah, that's definitely going to need an injury kit. That's fine. That's not so fine.
As you say.
Yep, nice. Crystal here. Oh. Maybe because we'll have the opportunity to sell in a second. Alright, with that tough fight out of the way, I think we just got one more left and we've cleared this area out, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that way just leads back the way we came, so we just have this little bit down here. But that got tough for a second. I did not realize there was 2 of them in there. Yep, more of these deep stalkers.
As you say.
You know what? I am liking the spider. He was definitely helpful.
Now we do battle!
You say.
No! You forced our hand!
Well, that way leads, looks like up, actually, to somewhere that was blocked off. You can get lost in these deep roads for a long time, so please do actually always check your map because of bullshit like this. Okay, so there's nothing there. Lots of winding areas that can get you, like, you can miss out on loot, or you could get stuck in a dead end like that, chasing. That stone's not going to give us much, but... Yeah. Ooh, some lifeblood. That skittering noise is the only thing. Wood chest. 2 chests. Why does this feel like a trap? Oh, wow, it was.
Beast is this?
No!
It is begun.
If we must fight, let us do it quickly! I must maintain! Let's have at it!
Yes, this is what we
As you
wanted.
say.
The benefit of killing... See, I was really sad that a lot of these deep stalkers were not giving me good shit, but they can give you lyrium potions, which is nice. Ooh, there's a leader.
Very well.
And the chests. Take that. Potent one. Perfect. And this one. I believe... Yep, until we decide to take that road further down, we are good. So I'm going to end it here as I make my way back. Really nothing left to explore in this region. We do need to know. Want to zoom out for me? Thank you. Basically, what you do with the Dukin thing to go to the next area is just walk down the deep roads. Most of the way. I think you can actually go all the way in this one, but sometimes it's part of the way. But with that, I shall be signing off now as we make our first foray into the deep roads. Certainly not our last, and certainly not our goddamn longest, because there is going to be a grind and a half soon. One that, to be honest, is one of the things I am definitely worried about. Because we definitely go, it really taxes your resources. I always recommend bringing a win because you're going to have a bunch of serious fights. And Alistair is always useful for his nature. Of course, in that long slog of a final journey, we will get our last companion. One that will be incredibly helpful in going further. It looks like this is closed off. Yeah, this is closed off. But everyone, I will be signing off now. Time to stop wasting time. Bye for now.